Hey Queen Bays, this is the first video in our new series, Friday Revelations with Nobody's Princess. And this is your girl Velly, aka Nobody's Princess. So, I'm coming at you guys with the first revelation of 2019 that I'm going to share with you. So, listen closely. The very first revelation for 2019 is this: self-care is not optional. I'm going to say it again. Self-care is not optional. I'm going to say it one more time. Self-care is not optional. Now, I know you guys have heard this message over and over again, right? Self-care is something that we have to do, or we have to take care of ourselves. The other thing that you probably hear is you can't serve from an empty cup, right? So you're helping all these people out there and you're running yourself down, but you're not stopping to take the time to take care of yourself. So let me tell you again, self-care is not optional, women. This is a revelation that I need y'all to have. I need y'all to get it in your heads. Self-care is not something that you just push aside and not do. You have to take care of yourself. I want you to have that revelation. I want you to get it in your brain. I want you to understand it. Self-care is not optional. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you 4 tips on how to bring self-care into your life, because we want to make sure that self-care is something that you do on a regular. Like, get this revelation in your head. You have to do self-care on a regular. It's not just once a year. It's not just every once in a blue moon. You have to take care of yourself on a regular basis. So tip number 1 is schedule yourself a self-care day. Pick any day out of the month, and you can make it a regular day out of the month. Schedule yourself a self-care day. Make it a Sunday, make it a Monday, make it a Tuesday, whatever day that you want, whatever time that you want. I need you to block off some time and say, this is my self-care day, my self-care time, and I want you to protect it. Make it yours. If something else comes up, say, I got plans, I'm taking care of myself during that time and in that space. It's for nothing else other than for your self-care. So schedule yourself a self-care day. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2, get the support you need. So for example, if you have kids, guess what? On that self-care day, guess who's watching the kids? Your husband, your mama, your sister, your friend. Get somebody else to watch the kids. Get the support that you need so that you can have your self-care day, because you're going to need it. Because I'm telling you, these other people that you are taking care of, especially your kids, they're on top of the world because you're taking care of them all this time. But you can't continue to take care of them and not take care of yourself. So get the support that you need from whoever you need to get it from. Whether it's your mom, your husband, your sister, your friend. Get the support that you need to get your self-help day. Your self-care day, sorry. So if you need to get somebody to watch your kids, do that. If you need to borrow somebody's car so you can go drive somewhere, do that. Just get yourself the support that you need. Number 3, get a journal and write down how you feel after your self-care session. That's what I want you to do. I want you to get a journal or a book. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just get you a book and write in it how you felt after your self-care day. So if your self-care day was a Sunday and you drove yourself to the ice cream shop and you just sat and chilled with music in your car and you were eating some ice cream, I want you to get your journal out, even if it's a sentence, and you just write how that made you feel. How did it make you feel to have some time to yourself where you were just in your own space and doing your own thing? I want you to do this on a regular, because here's what's going to happen. You're going to realize that all these moments that you take for your self-care make you feel so much better, so much more alive, so much more rejuvenating, that you're going to want to continue to do it. So I want you to keep a journal and write down every time you have your self-care day session how it made you feel after the fact. And even if you don't write it down, well, I would prefer that you write it down right away. But even if you write it down a day later, like you notice the effects a day after the fact, write it down. Write down how it made you feel. Even if it's one sentence, write down how it made you feel after your self-care day. That's tip number 3. And here's the last tip. The very last tip. Tip number 4. Share the revelation. Because I'm telling you, there are so many women out there that hear it over and over again. Self-care is not optional. Self-care is not optional. But what are they doing? They're not taking action. They're not living in the revelation. They're not taking the time out for themselves. So I need you, after you have done your self-care day, you've journaled your self-care sessions, you've gotten the help that you needed, I need you to tell somebody else, hey, I think you need to take a self-care day because this is how it made me feel. This is what it did for me after the fact. This is the support that I got. Maybe I can be your support. I need you to share that revelation with your sister, girlfriend, mom, auntie, cousin, friend. I need you to share that revelation. Self-care is not optional. So that's my Friday revelation for the week. I hope you guys come back next week for a new video on our same topic, self-care. We're going to stick with self-care for this month. So come back next week for our next video on your Friday revelation. So I want you to live your revelation. All right?